Okay, hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Ali Woodlock and I'm the Marketing Manager here at Annexa. I'm also joined today by Matthew Owens, our Sales and Marketing Director, and Harley Crispin, Annexa's Lead Commerce Developer. Thanks for joining us, Matt and Harley.
Cheers, Ali. Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, g'day everybody. It's great to be on.
So we're here today to discuss and provide some insights on future-proofing your e-commerce solution. We've seen many B2B businesses adopt temporary solutions over the past 6 months to get themselves set up quickly for online selling. We're finding that these businesses are now left with siloed systems and a disjointed order-to-cash process. So today we're really going to deep dive into some key trends we're seeing. And we're also really lucky to have Harley on hand to give us a demo of the Suite Commerce solution so you can see how you can manage and maximize your omni-channel selling when you have connected systems. So a brief overview of what we're going to be talking about today. We'll do a brief introduction to Annexa first before we jump into some key insights we're seeing in e-commerce and B2B selling, as well as some key areas of focus in omni-channel selling for wholesalers. We've got some great success stories to share today, and also, as I mentioned, a live product demonstration of NetSuite's Suite Commerce Advanced solution at the end from Harley. So a couple of, just a few key housekeeping items before we start. We'd love to hear from you. So you can add any questions you have throughout the session today into the chat box at the side of the screen. We'll have plenty of time to answer those at the end. So make sure you send those through during the session today. As well as if you have any technical issues, pop those in the chat to the right-hand side and we'll jump in and see if we can help you with those. And then throughout the session as well, we'll also have a few polls popping up on the right-hand side. So feel free to jump in and select the one that applies the most to you and your business, and we'll share those results anonymously, of course, as we go through. Okay, so Annexa, a little bit about us. We are Oracle NetSuite implementation partners. We've been around a little over 30 years, so quite a long time to be implementing and supporting business management software. We're located around Australia in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, and we provide on-the-ground services to assist organisations implement technology. We really pride ourselves on having great people, great relationships, and that really underpins our success in the market. So Oracle NetSuite, they are our technology partner, and for about 7 years now, NetSuite's been the platform that we recommend, implement and support. We're really proud to be highly regarded by Oracle NetSuite and 5-star partners for the last 5 years. Our team, so we've got implementation consultants, functional consultants, technical, as well with a strong blend of accountants, supply chain experts, integration developers. And we really pride ourselves on our deep industry expertise across a number of the key industries you can see on the screen there. We're also Australia's leading NetSuite commerce experts. So we've implemented a wide range of e-commerce solutions for varying business requirements. So we know a thing or two in this space. And here is a quick snapshot of some of our e-commerce customers currently using Suite Commerce Advanced. We're really proud to support some, as you can see, some really innovative distribution organisations. So here's a couple of examples here, and Matt's going to talk through some of these stories in a little bit more detail later on. Okay, so I'll hand over to Matt now to get into today's webinar topic.
The introduction.
So over to you, Matt.
Afternoon, everyone. Greetings from lockdown in Melbourne. Guns blazing over here. So I appreciate everyone joining today for this session. We're focusing on B2B businesses, so wholesale channels, account customers, and if you're in today's webinar, assuming you're in a similar boat to many businesses we've been working with over recent months and years. Our topic for today: were you one of the businesses settling for temporary e-commerce solutions during uncertainty? So I guess particularly more relevant given given the lockdown situation for some. But of course, that's not the focus of today. It's all about integrated online selling. So we've seen several of our customers and prospects tack on inexpensive, quick e-com solutions. There are a number of great point solutions available in the market, and they can be spun up, online in a matter of hours or even days. And it's really good to see people diversifying, opening up new revenue channels to do business. Everything seems to go great for the first little while. Might be weeks, might be months, might be years for some industries, depending on the adoption of e-com. But when they come to us, generally the cracks have well and truly started to appear, and they're really seeking to scale. And there are a lot of limitations that are preventing them from scale. Integration between the back office and the front office. So thinking about not just the customer experience, but accounting, warehouse management, dispatch, multi-subsidiary items, pricing, management. It goes on, and sometimes those integration requirements can be really challenging. The solutions we're going to be focusing on today in today's presentation is our ecommerce advanced solution from NetSuite. This solution really comes into play where those integration requirements for B2B becomes more advanced than that external system can handle with integration. So really the discussion that we have with our customers, it's either really step up your integration requirements, invest and put more resources into integration to be more sophisticated, or consider assessing something like a ecommerce advanced. And as NetSuite experts and integration experts and NetSuite commerce experts, I'm certainly here to give you our advice and point you in the right direction. Obviously, assess if a suite commerce solution is fit for your business. So today's B2B buyer discussions that we're having, obviously, everyone wants the option to be able to order online. But it's really not just the online order form capabilities that we're seeking to achieve here with ecom. Our customers are really after a complete set of online functions that can enable us to interact with our customers more efficiently and effectively. It's that transparency that they sort of demand in real time, to know where things are up to keep up their obligations to their customers, and of course become more profitable. So an online ordering form is not a customer experience. Not just a customer, they've got to consider price contracts, pricing arrangements, and various other specifics that they have. But also from the perspective of you guys and your businesses, where your staff need to take the time internally to review those orders, approve orders, pricing, availability, accounting terms, stock allocations, rep allocations. It all takes time, and it's something that, in terms of automation and technology, shouldn't be time that your staff internally have to spend on doing admin. So it can save a lot of time and money for a lot of the businesses that we work with. Okay, so moving forward. So in terms of what we're seeing, the B2B commerce that our customers are seeking really is promoting the offer to our suppliers to provide a personalized and sometimes even individualized experience. So those B2B relationships, providing relevant information that's up to date from customer to customer, that individualized experience is really what they're after. And generic e-com platforms obviously don't do that when we're talking about a B2C type environment. This picture, shows us that internally we've got all of those operational functions to consider. So typically they're in our ERP or our accounting system, and various other systems like a WMS to manage your warehouse, fulfillments and receiving of stock going in and out of your locations, but also external order management systems, EDI systems, 3PL systems, loyalty systems. And with ecom being external, what we find is that we've actually got to bring data from all of those systems into our B2B system to be able to offer that experience to our customers and really create that end-to-end picture. So this picture gives a bit of a feel for where those multiple data points are going to live, but really that becomes exponentially more complex when we consider that we've actually got different systems performing a lot of these functions. Food for thought in terms of your organizations. Master data management, really critical and really key driver in terms of streamlining and automating processes for our customers. So a couple of key themes, just wanted to highlight, a few discussion points that we're having that our customers are demanding and pushing forward. Everyone knows that if you're not doing business online or don't have a digital presence, you're likely being left behind by your competitors. But the B2B selling experience is continuing to evolve. And as we continue to diversify the products and services and solutions that we offer, we need to be able to adapt. We need to be able to be agile and keep pace with those changes. So a couple of key themes here. Service-focused selling. So it needs to be seamless, it needs to be end-to-end. It's got to be easy. There's a couple of stats there which I won't read out, but you guys can read. It's more than just an order form, right? So it's not just a B2B order portal. It's much more than that in terms of a B2B customer experience. Meeting digital demand, the accessibility, if it's smooth and done right, the top line there is that repeat purchases are significantly higher. So we're seeing when it's seamless and it works, people come back, and the stats that we're seeing around repeat buyers really do justify ROI for getting this right and investing in this degree of business. And the last one, really important, is scale, right? So to scale, what we see with our customers and critical in their ability to scale and grow is end-to-end business process connectivity is critical. We can't sort of look at these systems in silos, regardless of if we're looking at an integrated system and joining two systems together, or we're looking to get one system to do the whole lot. Either way, in order to scale, we have to consider an end-to-end business process. So not just orders coming in from the B2B portals, but potentially also from EDI systems, from mobile order systems for reps on the road, from your back office punching in orders in the office. Everything needs to be smooth through fulfillment, whether that be your own fulfillment or third-party logistics providers. We need to consider that end-to-end process. So the communications back to your customer, the availability of inventory, and the up-to-date access of information is always available to your customer. That's giving them the best experience. Really, really key point, and really the key theme that's underpinning today's presentation. I want to share a couple of snapshots of some of our customers. Ali showed a slide earlier on of some great brands that we're really fortunate to work with that are really helping us be at the forefront with the innovations that they're doing in their companies. A couple of really great distribution examples. Motorbat. These guys manufacture and distribute batteries for the vehicles and motorbikes and chargers. These guys, they sell only through distributors and dealers, and they sell online. So beforehand, they're managing contracts and buying contracts with their customers. They didn't have a digital experience. With Sweet Commerce, they got it going really quickly. They used one of our pre-built design themes to accelerate the onboarding of the digital system. And now they've got a fully automated ordering process where they maintain their ERP in NetSuite. They keep stock and availability managed there. We integrate that with their warehouse providers and 3PLs and effectively have a fully automated end-to-end ordering process with Sweet Commerce. Great story, really great bunch of guys there at Motorbat, and a really good example of using technology to grow and drive the business. Another good example, one that we've just been working with really recently, Yakmax. another local Australian provider. These guys are global suppliers of spare parts to the power equipment industry, especially like blades and things like that for lawnmowers. These guys, again, they sell through distributors, dealers, and B2B online. They a little different to Motobat. They were actually running a Magento system in the past. They had a website, it was doing its thing, but in order to scale, they were too really struggling to maintain the different databases and keep all of the data in sync. So bringing that together with Suite Commerce has enabled them to spend more time on getting the back office right and getting the agreements right with their customers, and not have to worry about doing it twice with the system. So these guys are now have a connected e-commerce store with NetSuite. They've got a central hub where they can sell to each of their B2B accounts, and they're going to get great guns in terms of the ability to grow and scale their business. Plenty more examples. You've noticed some great brands that we work with. Very excited and hopeful that you guys learn a bit today and spark some interest. We'd love to have a chat with you to learn about how we can help you. Now for the good stuff, I'm going to throw it over to our lead commerce developer, Harley. Harley's just going to lift up the hood and show you guys SEA, give you a demo of the products. Over to you, Harley.
Thanks very much, Matt. Yeah, so I'll first start talking about Suite Commerce Advanced and some of the features, and then we'll jump across into a demo of the platform itself. So Suite Commerce Advanced is a great platform to work with as a developer because it's very flexible. It caters towards small, medium-sized businesses all the way up to big enterprise behemoths. And it doesn't focus just on the B2C side. It also has a lot of great strengths on the B2B side that make it stand out above other platforms like Shopify and Magento, because we can set things like quantity-based pricing, customer-specific pricing. There's a rich My Account section, which we'll jump into during the demo, that shows full transaction history and allows customers to be able to view accounts and pay off invoices. It's obviously fully integrated with the NetSuite platform. And in fact, integration is probably not even the correct word to use, because an integration kind of talks about sending data between two systems. This really has NetSuite as a foundation and Suite Commerce sits on top. And so if there is a transaction or data in NetSuite, then that same data is available in Suite Commerce Advanced. And it pulls the data directly from Suite Commerce. There's no, directly from NetSuite. There's no secondary database. This really helps lead to a unified e-commerce and ERP experience, because it's really cutting back at that double handling of data for orders coming from the web or orders coming via phone. They all feed into the one place, and they're all accessible and visible in the one place. It's also a platform that's really great for growth. We have a number of customers on our earlier slide that showed two, such as T2 and ESOP. Both of these companies have SEA set up as multi-currency and multi-country setup, so that they're able to sell in multiple regions in different currencies. And that enablement means that they can easily expand into new areas as they grow. And as any website should be, this e-commerce platform is designed as a responsive website. So it'll work seamlessly on your mobile device or a tablet or computer, no matter what screen size you've got. At Annexa, we've developed a number of themes. Here, we've got a few down there, some screenshots. I'm going to be jumping into our demo today using the Eiger theme, which you can see in the middle there. And we'll be going through the web store checkout process, viewing some of the different features. And at the same time, we're going to jump back and forth between Suite Commerce Advanced and NetSuite, just so you can see the way in which the data is so seamlessly meshed there. So let me bring up my screen. One moment. So here we've got our Eiger theme. It's currently set up in a kind of extreme outdoor clothing brand sort of feel. And it definitely has a feel of a B2C site, but we have a couple of wholesalers that use the same theme. And I think it's past the time where wholesalers should actually have websites that look and feel great. So we'll be actually focusing on a few wholesale focused features that have been enabled here. So obviously have a big welcome slider up the top, a couple of quick touch points for key categories. We've got newsletter engagement and featured brand products here, as well as things such as testimonials and featured brands. All of this data is able to be maintained and configured through NetSuite, and that just gives us the flexibility of only having to go to one place to deal with all our data. We don't have to jump between multiple systems, which is just streamlines things, which is what you want. I'm going to jump into the shop where we have our product listing, and I'll just show you some of the products we've got available. So each of these corresponds to a product record in NetSuite. Attributes such as the name and the price all feed through from NetSuite. So we update that information there and it's going to show up here. Along the side, we've got our filters. These are dynamically generated from custom fields on the item record, and so we can easily create and add new ones. And that gives us the ability to easily filter down and find the products we need, just as you'd be used to in your normal e-commerce experience. I'm going to have a look at this Fallon short sleeve shirt. Father's Day is coming up, and I think this would probably be a good style choice for my father. He's very likes his checked shirts. This is set up as a matrix product, so I can choose between different sizes as well as different colors. Again, this is pulling directly from NetSuite. Further down the page, we have a description. We can add additional tabs here if we need further information. A review is probably less necessary in this space, but available for those who like it. And we also have our cross-sell products down the bottom, which are dynamically generated using transactional history within NetSuite. So we don't have to actually build those up ourselves. This product here, I'm going to actually just pull it up in NetSuite, and you can see a bit of a correlation of the data. So there's a Fallon short sleeve shirt. Here it is here within NetSuite, where I have all of my ERP related data, such as my purchasing and inventory. I also have sales and pricing information, so I can set up multiple price levels for my different wholesaling groups, and even enable retail outlets as well across multiple currencies. We have a dedicated web store tab, which is where all of our information is leveraged to feed through into the website. A simple checkbox displays this item in store, and then we can give our descriptions and imagery set up here. We can also configure certain behaviors, such as what happens when a product's out of stock, hiding pricing, as well as categorization for the product. Jumping back into SCA, this product is actually set up with quantity discounts. So purchasing more means that I can get it for a cheaper rate. So I'm going to purchase 15 of these, which gets me at a cheaper price. I'm going to add this through onto my cart, and I'm going to proceed through the checkout process. You'll see I also have some quick links here for recently viewed items, as well as some cross-sell products. I'm going to proceed into the checkout, and I'll log in as one of our test customers. Now, SCA features a persistent cart. So I had my blue shirts recently added, but when I logged in, it remembered that I also had some bags in my cart. So those have been added as well. In the checkout experience, I'm able to quickly select the shipping address. These are kept on file within NetSuite. I can actually pull up the customer here, Daniel McLean, and I can see that his shipping address and billing address are stored here. Other information, including things such as my terms and credit limit, are all stored here, and those are going to be honored during my checkout experience. I don't mind waiting, so I'm just going to get the cheapest shipping available. I can pay straight up front by credit card, but I'm also able to pay within my terms using my balance. I can quickly set up my purchase order number, and my billing address is here as well. I'm just going to continue through to the review step. And a reminder that if you have any questions along this journey, feel free to chuck them in the chat and we'll answer those towards the end. Here I can see a final quick review of my cart, make sure everything's in place where I'd like it, and then I can place my order. Now, this isn't running through any sort of integration process. This is ordering that straight into NetSuite. So I'm going to jump into my account here. And while that's happening, I'm going to pull up my order 157 in NetSuite. So I'll just scroll up here and see if I can find 157. And here it is from Daniel McLean. So all of my transactional data is immediately captured within NetSuite. And it's visible and reportable and actionable within there. This is my account overview for SCA, and it gives me a quick look at my recent purchases, such as the one I just placed, as well as some quick settings. I'm going to move through the side menu here, while at the same time running back and forth between NetSuite to go through my approval process for this order. Because what I'd like to do is invoice this order and have it paid off, have it make a payment against it by my customer. So I'm going to approve this sales order. While that's running through NetSuite, I'm going to jump into my purchase history. So this includes a full history of my purchases, not just from when I turned on SCA, but a full history from when I've had NetSuite installed. And it captures not only orders I've placed online, but all of those that have been placed over the phone or directly entered into NetSuite. And it allows me to quickly review any of those that I choose. This is the order I just placed, order 157. While that's pulling up, we've got our order that's been approved, and I'm just going to fulfill that now. Here's the order that I've placed. I can see it's already updated to pending fulfillment, as that fulfillment's been created in the background. And I can see a history of the items I've ordered and my payment information, as well as the status of the shipment. There's also quick links here for reordering items. So I can either do that individually or bulk from my previous order, which is really helpful when I'm ordering products repeatedly. Further down, there's a dedicated reorder items section, which actually pulls up information from any sort of date range I need and can sort the products by most frequently purchased or recently purchased, etc., which gives it easy access to quickly say, oh, I need a few more of these, and add them to my cart. Jumping back to NetSuite again, my fulfillment's ready to be saved. So I'm going to process that now. We have quotes available in SCA as well. So that means that if I'm ordering a bulk process and I want to see if I can get myself a better deal, I can run through those, and then I can convert these to an order once they're approved through NetSuite. Another feature that's really helpful in the B2B space is wish lists. So typically you might associate this with wanting to purchase an item that maybe is out of stock or so on. But we can also leverage these for things such as recurring orders or items that we want to purchase frequently. So here I can see a list of products, and I can easily add or remove these, and I can see desired quantities against each of these. So then I can go through and select the items I want and quickly add them to my cart, ready for purchasing and checkout later. My item fulfillment has been completed in NetSuite, so I'm going to run through and build this now by generating an invoice, which brings us at just about the right time through to our billing section in the My Account. So there's an account balance section. This is really helpful for seeing a quick snapshot of my terms and credit limit, as well as how much I'm owing and what I've got overdue. So going back to my invoice now, all my information is pre-populated with the items and orders, simple as it should be, and I can save that ready for payment. I'm just going to make sure that this is fully saved before I jump across into my invoices in SCA. There we go. So it's open invoice ready to accept payment. So that means now when I jump into my invoices list, I'm going to be able to see my most recent invoices as well as any past or outstanding invoices. So here we are, order invoice number 50, and I can make payments against each of these as desired. I'm actually just going to focus on the one that I've got overdue at the moment. I'm going to make a payment against that. I can do a partial payment if required, but it's not much is due left, so I'll just continue through. And as it turns out, it looks like I've got a deposit available. So this is a deposit that's been added to my account within NetSuite. And so rather than paying by credit card, I can just use that predetermined deposit and apply that to my invoice and submit. And now that invoice is going to have that deposit applied to it, and it's all going to be tied off and paid up. There we go. And I'll jump back into my transaction history page, which was the next on our list in our My Account. So this here shows a full transaction history. Once again, not limited just to orders placed or transactions within SCA, but all of those from within the NetSuite ERP system. I can easily filter down to find a particular record type or filter by date as well, which makes it really easy for auditing purposes, make sure everything's, my T's are crossed, my I's are dotted. I've also got the option to print a statement, which is makes things nice and easy if I need to do this in my own time. I'll jump into the settings now. This is all the information and area you would expect from being able to update and maintain my own information. So we have our names, our phone number. We also have things such as our address book, which allows us to edit and maintain our addresses and even add new addresses if I move to a new location or open a new location. My payment methods are all stored in a PCI compliant manner so that I can use these easily for checkout in future and update or remove them as needed. The final piece I'd like to jump into is the cases section. So NetSuite has a full case management system, some of you may be aware of, and this allows us to easily track and manage support tickets with our customers. I can see any past cases I've opened and their status, and I can also easily jump in and create a new case to dispute or open up a line of conversation about any sort of concern or problem I might have. This kind of brings us to the close of this demo. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen now and bring it back to our presentation. As I said, if you've got any questions about that, feel free to chuck those in the chat and we'll answer those towards the end. But now I'm going to hand over to Ali, and she's going to take you through our rapid start SEA bundles. Over to you, Ali.
Thanks, Ali. So I just wanted to take the opportunity before we do Q&A, just to introduce you to our rapid start bundles. So these are new to Annexa. With these bundles, we're able to fast track the Suite Commerce Advanced deployment. So you can have your solution up and running as soon as possible. We have a specific bundle for both B2B and B2C businesses, and you can check those out on our website. We'll also link it here, if you would have seen the pop-up on your screen, and that will take you through to all of the information on our website. Okay, so we've got some time now for some Q&As. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat box now, and we'll work through those. Okay, so I can see we've got a question. So Matt, or maybe I'll direct these questions to you now. So I need customer-specific items. Can SEA do that?
Yep, very common for B2B. Good question. So yeah, we can support specific items for customers. So when they log in, they only see specific items, or we can do item groups or combinations of groups. So yes, very common in the B2B space.
Here are our contact details. So feel free, we'd love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out to us at any time. Our solution architects would love to have a chat to you about how we can help you with your systems. But thank you for joining us, and have a great rest of the afternoon.
Thanks, guys.